So, welcome back to my videos. So, I'm gonna continue my videos about learning UX design, and today I want to present about list components. So, let's just start it. So, this is the list. If you ever see in your application, is many application that use list because list is like a really important components that every application is always use this component. So this is a basic components in application. So let's continue. Let's next to the other slide. And this is the principles. Lists have three principles, and the first principle is logical, the second is actionable, and the third is consistent. The first logical means that the lists have to sorted by logical way, such as like alphabetical, numerical, chronological, or user preference. So that makes user is easily to scanning the content. And the second is actionable. In the list, we have to make sure that user is easily to identify that they identify the its each content on our list, and they can act on it, they can tap it, they can expanding and collapsing the list to see the details or the other. And the third principle is consistent means that the components of list like the icon, the thumbnail, the text, or the metadata or the meta icon, we have to put it in the same way like the other. So the one list have to we have to make it same a consistent format. If we put the thumbnail on the left of the screen, so the other row of the list we have to make it like that too. We have to put the thumbnail on the left. We can't to make uh the first row we make the thumbnail on the left, then the second row we make the thumbnail on the center of the screen. We can't do that. So we have to make it have a consistent format. So the next is about types. The list has three types. The first is single line list, you can see this, and the second is two line list, and the third is three line list. The single line list is contain a maximum of one list of text. You can see the image example for this single line list just have one line item. And the second is two line list. Two line list contains a maximum of two line of text. We can see they have a two line item. This is the primary text, and the secondary text is the second line. And the third type is three line list. You can see that this is the three line item, secondary line text, and tertiary line text. We ever see our email in Gmail, maybe if you have Gmail, we can see that Gmail use a three line item that is the name, or yes, the name or the subject, and the message you can uh, see that they use three line list. So next is about the anatomy. The first anatomy is list. We can see this big square is list. List contain many rows. So this big square is list, and the second is row. So many rows is make list with contain many rows. And the third is list item content. This is the content, this is the row, and this is the list. List contain row, row contain list item content. So this is the content types for list items. The first is supporting visual, the second is primary text, and the third is metadata. So metadata is like structure information, so we can easily to describe or make an easily explanation about the structure of the content. It's like tables of table of contents. Yes. And this is list control. And we can make our list have a different format, not just like this. Like in this material design, it's depending what we need. Like if we need list control, we can add like text box or radio button. This is the in this slide we can see the text box. So this is the types for list control. The first is supporting visual, the second is primary text, and the third is list control. We can add list control in list item for to take action. And oh yes, and this is the first, second, third, and fourth image is not a single example, but it have a relation. Yes. This is the first image is sample list, and the second. Oh, sorry. We can see in the first image there are today. Today is the subheader. The subheader is have a left line, same with the avatar. And the second is content placement in a row. So we can see that the content, how the content placement in a row. There are avatar anchoring on the left edge, and they use a two-line list. Yes, this is the branch this weekend, and there's name and the message of the maybe the email. And the third is supporting visual are aligned for easy scanning. So this list have a supporting visual that all of the supporting visual are aligned on the left edge, so the user can easily to scanning the content. The fourth is primary text is aligned for easy scanning. We can see that all of the row in this list have a consistent format. So back to the first image, they have an avatar on the left line. They have a primary text on right on this beside of the avatar, and for the primary text and the secondary text for the name and the message. All of the list of the row have consistent format. And this is for visual dividers and spacing. So the list can be organized by visual dividers and spacing. Divider is a line for separate others space between content. And this is the do, and this is quotient. So let's see the first image. This is the do. We can see that the first image, this example is they have a supporting visual on the left edge, so that make a user easy to scanning. They have a two-line list and they have a metadata, meta text. You can do this. You can do this too, the quotient things, but it's maybe the user can be hard to identify the relationship between the text, supporting text, and the visual. This if we put the supporting visual on the center of the list. So just make it anchoring on the left edge. But we can do this, but it's Gaussian. And this is next is about the dividers. If you want to see the, if you not clearly see the dividers, the line is here. If you want to see more clearly the dividers, you can click the link on my description box. I will put the link of the material design / list. You can click on it, and you can see that they have a dividers in this image, and with this quotient they don't have dividers. So the dividers can help users to can to more easily to scanning the content, to separate, because the the list have a 3-line list. That means they have many text, because it's more than one text, more than single line text. That's many content. So we can add some divider to help user. But if you don't want to put, if you don't want to add some divider, you have to still make some space between the item, the row, so the user can identify the relationship, where is the relationship for the image and for the text. And so let's next is, this is the primary action area and this is secondary action area. So for the primary action area, they take the majority place of the list. We can see that the primary action area is bigger than the secondary action area. This meta icon. And this is for the placement for the distinguished content, and last for placement for distinguishing content, because the list hierarchy is we have to put the more distinguishing content on the left and less distinguishing content on the right. We can see that this supporting visual, this avatar is more important than the last is more important than this time information. Yes. And this is for the subheader. There are two ways to add some subheader. The first is basically subheader, and the second is subheader inset. If we have a subheader, if we have subheader, we have to make it same line with the avatar, with the icon, with the supporting visual. They have left line, same with the avatar. And if we have a subheader inside, if we have a floating action button, that left line, same with the avatar, we have to put it the subheader is same line with the text. So if we don't have floating action button, so we can put it same line with avatar. If we have a floating action button, we have to put the subheader have the same line with the text. And this is for the behavior. This is the transition. Sorry. Sorry. Where's my videos? I already tried it and it's worked. But why? No. Why? Oh, there's my videos. So let's see that this is wait, if this is two flies, you can play it on your device. We can see they we can add some swiping gesture either left or right to make some action. In this example, they have a left swiping, so we receive our message. We can see it like that. Now we can see, and the second gesture is reorder the row, reorder the list. Wait, okay, we can see that the reorder icon that usually display when edit mode, and we can drag it and change the place of our row, but just in that place, in that page. We can change to other page. Oh yes, this is the transition. Sorry. Let's just wait for a second. Okay. Oh, it's too fast, I think. Now, if we have detailed information about our list, we can click it, then the details is shown on entire screen for the detailed list, and we have to show it by parent-child transition. You can see it's expanding to entire screen. This is for the transition. So we already see the videos for gesture and transition. So the third behavior is expand. The first image is a 3-line list on mobile, and the second image is a 2-line list on desktop. So if we have a 3-line list on mobile and we open our application on a larger screen, the list will be expanded to 2-line list. If we open on desktop, it's larger than mobile, right? That we can change. And transform, if this is, we can see the first image is a 1-line list on mobile and the second is an image list on desktop. So if we have a list on mobile that have an image thumbnail, the if we open our one line list with thumbnail on desktop on larger screen, they can transform to image list and they can have a big thumbnail array, a larger thumbnail than a mobile. And this is types. This is single line list. We can see for the left image, they have a one line text, and we see the right image, they have a single line list that contain an icon and a text. And this is if the one a single line list on desktop on larger screen, they have an icon, they have a text, and they have a detail information like meta text. And this is two line list. Okay, let's see from the left image. They have a two line list with a thumbnail and meta text. They have a name of the stuff, and this is the supporting text, and they is explain about that was a stock or not, or only one left in stock. That's explain the stock. And the right image is they have a name of the file and have a date, and they have a meta icon. And this is if two line list on desktop. Yeah. And this is if we have uh like a detail text, or I want to explain something in our list, we can put the different types of font or the color of the text like this. We can see that start time is 10 a.m. and this is the voice search is English US. They have a same content, but have a different types of text. So this is a three-line list. A three-line list. Yeah, this is the example for three-line list. They have maybe the subject, and this is the name of the sender, and this is the message of the email, it's inbox. And this is if we have a thumbnail and meta text, and oh sorry, and this is on desktop. We can display a three-line list with a large thumbnail there. And this is if we use a divider, and we can make a different type of our list, different amount of our list like this. If the sender just have a short message, we can just display with two line lists. We can combine the two line lists with three line lists. It's depending what we need. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And this is expand and collapsing. We can show and hide the details of the list with expanding and collapsing the list. We can click, this is an expanding list, and this is if we hide the detail. We can click, we can see that there is a row there, and we can click it to make the list expanding. But if we want to make an expanding list that contain from our primary list, we have to make it different with the main list. Like this example, if the details list doesn't have a icon, but the main list have an icon, so the user can identify that this detail list is different with the list that have an icon. So this is switch. They have a radio button. If we switch or turn on the radio button, so they can show the other list like this. If you turn on the radio button, so this list gonna show, gonna show, yeah, it's gonna this list is display. And this is reorder, the reorder icon that usually show on edit mode, and we can reorder this in that page, in that list. We can move it to other page. No. And so this is the theming. This is the Basil Metral theme. You can see this is their theme. And they use 3 custom color. The first is for the background. The second is the primary that they use for the icon and the text label. And the third is for the meta text. They have different color. And this is for the text label, they use subtitle 1, and the meta text they use caption type. So this is Grand Metral theme. They have a thumbnail there. Same with Basil, the label text that they use subtitle 1, and for the supporting text use a caption. And this is top skill for Roboto. If you want to see it, you can screenshot or open the top skill by yourself. This Roboto regular. Yeah, you can read it by yourself. Okay, next. You can pause it too. And this is for the specs. There's many specs for single line item, 2-line item, 3-line item, but I will just explain that you have to take more attention to the basically used on application in the application. So the height is 48 for single line item. That was the usually things, so usually components that used on application in the application. 48 for single line item. The width is same width if you use Android, so that was 360. For the height is 48. This is for the single line item, and this is single line item. If this is the example for single line item, if we have a avatar on icon or subordinate visual like that, this is if use text box. And this is for 2-line item. We can see the first image for 2-line item is 64. And this, oh yeah, I'm sorry that I forgot. For same like if we same like a basic range between the text and the screen is 16. Yeah, 16, and this is 16 too. The height is 64. This for 2-line item. 2-line item, just rate by yourself. You can pause it or whatever you want. And this is 3-line item, 88. If you just have a text, a 3-line item is 88. Still the range between the text and the screen is 16. Okay, and this is for if you have a detail list. This is for the collapsed and expanded. This is still 48 because they use a single line item. Oh, it's already done. So that's all for today, for this video. I'm sorry that the range between my second video and this video is take a long time. With many things happen. But thank you for all, and you can comment about how my videos is, how my video are. You can comment below, and yeah, to help me improve my video. So goodbye, thank you. Wait, I'm gonna stop this. Sorry. Wait, it's have already.